You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
So y'all know how out of nowhere y'all just all of a sudden start to feel low vibrational energy? I'm finna show y'all how these entities hop from body to body. Watch this. It jumped from him and went to him. Let's watch this again. Look closer. It jumped out of him and went into him. And this is why it's very important that you keep spiritual protection on you. Like certain crystals, and I'm gonna even go as far as saying I must walk outside the house with a stick of sage. This is also why it is very important that you cleanse yourself before you come into your home, because you never know what type of energy that you bring into your home. That man didn't touch him, look at him, talk to him, or any of that. Only thing he did was simply pass right by him. And you seen that entity hop from vessel to vessel. And also, while you outside the house, you have to pay very close attention to your energy. If you having mood swings out of nowhere, thoughts out of nowhere that are not usually your thoughts. And if so, keep this video in mind, because what you just seen was a real life entity transfer. Let me know what y'all think about this entity hopping in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. Y'all follow me on YouTube if y'all want that exclusive content.
These kings were not humans, they were these Anunnaki people. There are people who believe they're the direct descendants of these beings and that they have the right to rule over human beings still to this very day. And they came from the Bureau, they got down to Earth, and this is about 450,000 years ago according to the tablets. The Anunnaki, who are also the Atlanteans, that's the same people. The Atlantean is the civilization, Anunnaki means those who came from heaven to earth. And they started off with this cloning system at first. So Isis says, I have an idea. She says, I'm going to take an egg from one of the women, and they took the egg, and she cleaned out some of the genetic material. They added some of their essence to the egg. They put it in her womb. She took it to term 10 months, and then you see her in this famous cylinder scroll holding up this baby saying, my hands have created it. She gave birth to the Adamu, which means first man. So they put Adam in this Eden, E-D-I-N, and this Eden was this laboratory where they would have these mating rituals between the different peoples. And when they got Adam in there, they tried to mate him with these other ones. They made Eve, they mated them, and bingo, it worked. Crazy story, that was about 200,000 years ago. They also genetically modified us by taking chromosome number 2 out of our body, fusing it together, and putting telomere caps on each end to limit our lifespans. And scientists now, geneticists at universities, they teach this. They say, we don't know how this happened. It's an artificial mutation that would have taken millions of years to happen, but it happened about 200,000 years ago. So the tablets line up with modern science. And so it's the foundation of a high-level civilization. When we got to one of the highest advanced civilizations, which started out in Sumer and then migrated over into the land of Kemet before it became Egypt, the initial pharaohs would be a direct bloodline of one of these Anunnaki people. When they relocated home base to the land of Kemet, they rebuilt the land of Kem out of the mud because there was a great flood. At this dawn of this new era, 36,000 years ago, the gentleman who started this, his name was Thoth, T-H-O-T-H, and he's known as a wisdom keeper. He's known all over the entire world, but he ruled over the land of Kemet for 14 or 16,000 years, roughly thereabout, according to the ancient Egyptians. And then he left there and went to Mesoamerica and kickstarted the Teotihuacan in Mexico City. That was all his master architectural plan. And Teotihuacan is part of his African name, which is also known as Tahuti. And Teotihuacan in Mexico really means the city of Tahuti that he built out there. So he left there, and that's why the pyramid complex there mirrors the one at Giza in Africa. Akhenaten is King Tut's father. So Akhenaten decided, I'm going to become a monotheistic ruler and not the kind of believes in multiple gods. And what got into him was Amun-Ra, who's also Thoth's brother. And he told Akhenaten that you worship me and you get everyone to worship me and deface all the other gods. That's why he was kicked out of Egypt. He went to the Great Pyramid and he went to that stone box area inside the king's chamber and took Ark of the Covenant with him. See, Akhenaten is Moses. That's the Moses story. They ended up in the desert with the Ark of the Covenant, which is well noted and documented in biblical text. A super advanced technological machine. It was multi-purposeful. What it was capable of doing, it's a weapon, but it also has the capability of being a power source. The Great Pyramid itself is a power generator. It was built on top of an aquifer, and the water running underneath the Great Pyramid, it creates physiostatic electricity. Those ions would get pushed up into the Grand Gallery, and they had resonating rods in the slots going up the Grand Gallery. When it got to the King's Chamber, some other type of fusion would happen, and it would then send the energy up through the apex, and the apex, which is now missing, would then transmit it out wirelessly to the obelisk, which then collect this ambient electricity. And if you had a JED, you can pick up this ambient wireless electricity. You can see the JED connected to light bulbs and so forth, like a Nidera. I knew it wasn't a sarcophagus, but it's the same exact, I measured it. It's the same exact dimensions as what? The Ark of the Covenant. So when Akhenaten took that, he took the power source for Egypt. As time continued to go by, and they began to then handpick specific people to do specific things, and they would then create these genetically modified or bloodline people. Yeshua was one of them. He was a chosen one to bring a certain level of Christ consciousness, which existed before Jesus Christ, that terminology ever came to be. I put the New Testament where Jesus is speaking, and I put both the Atlanteans' words from the Emerald Tablets, and you see that Jesus is literally mimicking what he learned from the ancient mystery schools, which he learned directly from the Egyptian mysteries from both the Atlanteans' teachings. The real text is 36,000 years old. It's just a mimicking of ancient texts, and a lot of different religions cropped out of his spiritual writings that he wrote in those Emerald Tablets.
Battle of the Serpent and the Eagle. The serpent representing Enki, also known as Poseidon, and the eagle representing Enlil, also known as Zeus. These two groups are at war over the free will and the future of mankind.
These beings became greatly divided, okay, if people don't know. They became greatly divided over the future of humanity. And so there was factions that broke out between this royal family. And so one of these factions had beings like Enki and Thoth and Ninmah, Isis, and then the other side, and others, and then the other side, this more benevolent side, they had, of course, Enlil and his son Ninurta, and a lot of these figures like Marduk, in my opinion. So you have these two divided sides who are competing with how the human race is gonna end up. They gave themselves symbols to portray everything that they represented. Instead of being the seasons or the different archetype of the human mind, look at it in this way. If you have a divide that occurs between one side who wants seeking higher knowledge and seeking balance and higher energy, and then you have another side that is jealous about the fact that this animal, this Neanderthal Denisovian ape animal, which we are, do have connections back to that. They became very jealous over the fact that we were given such gifts by Enki, this master geneticist, who tricked them into creating this worker here that could be an incarnation worker that ended up having the potential to be even greater than them. That's what this all gets down to. In a nutshell, these beings are, some of them, are incredibly angry at the fact about how our story turned out. We were never supposed to be as incredible as we are. The potential of what we are is nowhere near what some of them were hoping we would. Our design became so sophisticated and advanced with their DNA that, like I said, we had the potential someday in our future to become even greater than them. And that really scared them. Enlil used to call us the beasts, and that just got right down to how he felt about us. What essentially happened is, because the last two zodiacal time periods, we look back at Pisces, the one we're still in right now. This time period was allowed to be ruled by a certain side of these groups, and that's why it ended up being such a negative duality.
What you will see here is the etheric energy blueprint behind an object. Even though a section have been cut off, the energy body is still present. This is why when people lose their limbs, they can still feel it present, because the etheric body can never be broken. This proves that we are not the body. You are the spirit inside of the body. If you don't believe me, you can literally do this exercise yourself to activate your bodies. This is called astral projection. It's using your mind to project your consciousness into the astral plane, the realm of imagination. This was talked about in the Bible when Jesus walks on water. It's a metaphor for astral projection. The water is the ether, the barrier between the physical and the spiritual planes. Before you do this, you need to make sure you're in a good, high vibrational mindset. Whatever frequency you are vibrating on, you will match within the astral planes. For example, if you are vibrating very low, you will meet beings, entities that are vibrating very low. This is what we call demons. Once you are in the right mindset, you need to lie down flat with no body parts touching. Rest every single muscle and be still as possible. Close your eyes, breathe deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. Focus your attention on the center of the brain, the place of the consciousness. You need to do this for at least 10 to 15 minutes until you are just left with an empty mind. Now you want to use your mind to imagine yourself pulling a rope up into the sky. Imagine yourself floating above your body. One thing that you must never do if you do successfully astral project is never look into the mirrors.
I see through you!
What did you just do to me?
I pushed your astral form out of your physical form.
What's in that tea? Psilocybin? LSD?
Just tea. With a little honey.
What just happened?
For a moment, you entered the astral dimension.
What?
A place where the soul exists apart from the body.
Why are you doing this to me?
To show you just how much you don't know. Open your eyes. All right to me. The world works. You think that this material universe is all there is? What is real? What mysteries lie beyond the reach of your senses? The root of existence, mind and matter meet. Have you seen that before in a gift shop?
Teach me.
No.
Trapping your soul within the earth. You are body, mind and soul. The soul is the watcher, the observer. The mind is the projector. The body is what the soul lands in when the mind projects you into. Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. You are the consciousness experiencing the program being ran by the central nervous system. The central nervous system is playing the simulation that your consciousness is experiencing. Now, your body is the earth. 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. The body's the mark of the beast of the simulation. The soul-luring system is within yourself. The 7 planets are the 7 chakras. They are the 7 seals in the Bible because they seal your true soul form. What the archons are doing are keeping you in the lower states of consciousness by chemical food addictions and keeping you in fear so you identify as the physical body. Because the mind is the bridge between the soul and the body. By tricking your mind, it traps your soul in this physical body, which is the earth. Death has the word ether in it because when you die, you go from the physical to the astral plane. If you die with a false identification of the self in the lower states of consciousness, you will die with an extra veil on top of your soul which you need to strip off, which will then cause you to reincarnate into the physical world. Devil is deveil. You deveil yourself by lack of knowledge of wisdom of
Could race be a result of a particular gene from the people that ruled over a region of us on the planet? And here's what I found out. Scientists, geneticists discovered that there's a 2% 2% variance in genes between races. In other words, what makes me a person that's dark-skinned with more melanin in my skin than you who's more fair-skinned with slightly less melanin in your skin is not because my ancestors were in the Sahara Desert working in the desert underneath the hot sun all day. And that's what they teach you in school. The reason why my skin is this way is because I'm genetically branded, and so are you. You're genetically branded, and so are the indigenous peoples of all the other continents on the planet. We're genetically branded by why? The person who ruled over us gave us a brand, just like they brand a cow. Say, oh, that's Farmer Jim's cow. Don't touch them. We got you see the brand right there? Well, when these people spread out around the planet to rule over different regions of the planet, they genetically branded the people they ruled over to resemble them. They said that a 2% variance would take multi-millions of years to happen in natural evolution, and yet it only happened in 200,000 years. It tells us something interesting, that this is an artificial mutation that was done on purpose to create a specific group or specific races or groups of people that resembled, let us make man in our image, if you know what I mean.
Our DNA holds 14 generations of lineage. How does that relate to our past lives? Great question. Let's unpack this. So I'm going to do my best to explain this, but let's just start with the basics. So our DNA that's in the physical form holds 14 generations of information, like a storage facility. Our past lives are connected to, let's say, an IP address or a frequency signature or sonic fingerprint, whatever you want to say, that has been experiencing itself in different coordinates of time, realities. Those lives get recorded in various data points or stamps of time in nodal points used and referenced in torsion field physics, for example. Torsion field physics is essentially how patterned information is held in a torsion field. We are torsion fields, dielectric, electromagnetic. When you unravel that torsion, when you unravel that information, more information presents itself, or more codes, more data. So if you think about your lives, your past lives essentially are all happening at the same time. Okay, this is where parallel universes come into play. They're all happening at the same time in a different point in time, in space-time, different coordinates. The caveat to this is that your awareness is in this particular moment of time, in this linear construct of this particular moment that you chose to log in to this particular reality. More in the mechanics, you are light. Just wrote about this on Flirting with Infinity on my Substack. Your light refracting itself in different points in time. I know this gets a little crazy, but your soul is non-local awareness experiencing itself. Your non-local awareness logs in to experience itself in a skin suit. That skin suit is predicated by what is being held in the records of the DNA. That makes sense. That's uploading all of this patterned information that you need to override and become more aware of. So if you think about mummies and you think about fossils, those fossils hold information, right? Your DNA has the records. It holds the information of that particular moment in time. So what does that have to do with past lives? You're living all of this at the same time based on where your awareness is. It's not like all of a sudden you're in the 1800s right now living that life. These are refracted elements of information. Your awareness is on this particular coordinate.
Could blocking out the sun actually help reduce the temperature down here on Earth? Let me show you what I mean. For instance, you could have material pumped into our stratosphere. That material could reflect the sun's rays or solar energy all the way back to the sun, meaning that we down here are kept cooler.
Bill Gates thinks of himself as God, in control of the solar system. And that's why Bill Gates is now backing something called sun-dimming technology that would reflect sunlight out of the Earth's atmosphere, causing global cooling. But that doesn't stop Harvard University. Its scientists are testing that technology by spewing calcium carbonate dust into the atmosphere.
The White House announced it was funding a 5-year research plan with about something called geoengineering. They want to do is basically block out the sun by spraying aerosols into the stratosphere to reflect sunlight.
The leaders of men conceived of their most desperate strategy yet, a final solution. The destruction of the sky.
Hi guys, and very nice greetings from Germany. What is currently happening? The fight for the sunlight has begun. When you check the chart, what is going on? So many unclass solar flares heating the earth, and here in Germany and in Europe, there is no sun. Almost every day it's cloudy and it's too cold. And many people already got this question. So why is it so cold? The sun is not coming there. And I try to explain to you what I see as a channeler and as an Arcturian starseed. Europe takes a very important role in the awakening. Even when you see Germany, Austria, Switzerland, when you know our story, the Second World War, all this comes up to the surface. And because of our story, Germany holds a very important key. And they lock the sun like crazy here. Almost no sun. Almost every day. We already have spring, almost summer. Every day cloudy, and it's so cold. Why are they doing this? Because they try to block the crystalline sun. The crystalline coats heating the earth. They try to block the crystalline sun. Because the new sun is helping you to activate your DNA. Because I observed the change of the sunlight since 2020, you definitely see a change. The sun is brighter, lighter. Many people say it's white, but it's crystalline, plasmic. They know exactly what's going on, and they use that technology to keep the process as slowly as possible. They want to keep their world as long as possible. And what can you do? Stay heart-centered. Stay heart-centered, hold the connection to God, do sports, do what you love, travel, move your body. You must feel your body. I try to slow down the process artificially. That's what I'm getting. So stand together, guys. That is just the beginning. You will see the sun activity is getting very strong soon. And the sunlight is getting brighter with each day. You can see it. And the new crystalline sun helps you to activate your crystalline heart technology. Here, you are a powerful creator being here. And slowly we activate all 12 DNA strands.
Check this out, y'all. Oh my God. This was seen off in India, y'all. What is this, huh? What is going? So my goddess was scrolling through Snapchat and she caught this off the Snapchat maps off of India, y'all. Do you see this? Do you see this? So it goes right back to this over here, the blue and the red. Look at that. But this was seen in India. You can clearly see that. Oh my goodness, y'all. Yo, I am speechless. I am speechless. And do you see the sky? Do you guys see the sky? The sky has been reflecting all types of color lately, y'all. I mean, just look what's going on in the skies, y'all. They don't want us to see. Look at this. Look at all these beautiful colors. And then this right here is seen in India. And then this was seen in Pennsylvania earlier. Do you guys see that? Oh my goodness. And they're definitely hiding something, because check out my skies today, y'all. This was this rising, y'all. It's like a huge quilt, a heavy blanket in the skies. Like no light can penetrate through that, y'all. I see faces, I see ripples, I see all kinds of things. Look at this. Wow. You can't see anything through that. No light can get through that. So do you think they're hiding the lights from us too? So yeah, y'all. So let us know what you guys think this is, y'all. Let us know what you guys think it is. Do you think it's tied to these? Do you think it's not tied to these? Let us know, y'all. So please share this video and let me know what you guys think about this video, man. This is an amazing time to be alive. I keep telling y'all what an amazing time to be alive, and every day it is proving it. Thank you to everyone that has shared videos and photos with me, and keep them coming, y'all. Keep them coming. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I am only bringing awareness to interesting situations. Thank you for tuning to my frequency. Keep up with me on my other accounts, especially on my YouTube, where I go deeper on the esoteric level on these topics at hand. Let's get this shift, y'all. Peace in.
Hey, what's up? We back today with another one, and we'll be talking about this blue sun that everybody been seeing in the sky. All over the world, people are witnessing the same stuff. You have to look directly behind the sun in order to see this. So you guys must understand that a blue star is a new star. The blue stars have the highest temperature and the highest density level out of all the different stars. You guys have to understand that the sun is a star, and the star is a sun also. So now we have two suns in our sky. The blue sun is letting off higher frequencies than our original sun. This is also us jumping from the 3rd dimension to the 5th dimension. These new frequencies are benefiting us in positive ways. They are altering and upgrading our genetics. These new upgrades literally turn us to superheroes, and they know it. You have 97% of your DNA locked, but this is the key to unlocking it. They know that these energies were coming, and they set up 5G towers. These 5G towers, they let off F waves, and that is extremely low frequencies that destroy the body and the brain. So they are literally trying to fight against this new energy that is coming in, and this new energy is trying to help you. They even put this stuff on the credit cards, 2 suns. They knew when the new energy came in, this would destroy their money system. The Hopis was one of our native tribes, and they called this blue sun the blue star Kachina. And they said that this star would symbolize the coming of a new world. The elders say that the blue star would come and purify those who need help. And then the red star would show up. This is his brother. But the red star represents destruction, and it would destroy all those who are wicked and evil. I want everybody to know that the blue star is here, and we are in the time of purification. The Hopi say that this star would show itself at the end of a cycle, and we are at the end of a Piscean age going into the Aquarian age. It's also a coincidence that we are in the heart chakra going up to the throat chakra, and the color for the throat chakra is blue. Also, I don't know if a lot of you guys are familiar with Andre 3000, but he just released a new album, and it's called The New Blue Sun. He's not saying the word on this album, he's just blowing his flute. But this flute that he have is like a magical flute. This is like 2 flutes in one, and he understands the science of it. This flute let off a high frequency that can heal the body and the mind. It's critical that you understand the frequencies that you are listening to. So to wrap this lecture up, yes, we have 2 suns in our sky. Our blue star family is here to help us. We are still in the healing process. But soon, the red star Kachina will be here as well, and we will have 3 suns in our sky. And this new red sun, it will take out all those who aren't ready. I hope y'all like the lecture. Peace and Ashe, guys.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.